Hey guys, welcome back to the Girlfriends and Goals podcast. My name is Samaria and I'm joined by my best friend and co-host,
Miosha.
and today we're doing another Am I the A-hole reaction. So if you are listening to this on a podcast platform, just so you know, we also have a YouTube channel. Feel free to come over and subscribe. And if you are watching this on YouTube, please subscribe to the channel, give this video a thumbs up, and do not forget to let us know in the comments what your thoughts are about these scenarios. All right, without further ado, we'll jump into the first one.
All right. This one says, am I the a-hole for telling my sister that my other pregnant sister is planning to name her baby after her deceased son, causing her to cut her off? I have two sisters. I'm the middle sister. My older sister lost her son late 2022, so it hasn't even been 2 years yet. He passed at 6 months due to SIDS. My older sister has been mourning him ever since. My little sister is pregnant with her first child now. She found out it's a boy. When I was over at her house, we were talking about her plans for the pregnancy and the baby, and she told me that she plans to name her son the name of my older sister's deceased son and keep it a surprise. I can tell she thought it was an honor thing, but knowing my older sister, she would be devastated if that happened. I told my little sister I don't think it's a good idea and that our older sister would not find it to be sweet and an honor. It would hurt her even more. We argued about it and she said I'm being dramatic. Even though I know it was supposed to be a surprise, I knew my older sister would be even more depressed than she already is if our little sister named her son after her deceased son. So I went against my little sister's wishes and told my older sister. As I expected, she was pissed. She said it was incredibly disgusting and selfish to do that knowing how fresh it is for her, and she does not want to see a baby with her son's name in our family, which I agreed with. She was very grateful that I told her before he was born because she said she doesn't know how badly it would have triggered her. She, of course, confronted my little sister and they argued about it for a while, with everyone in our family siding with my older sister. My little sister called me in tears saying I'm the reason that my older sister cut her off and isn't speaking to her because she still is going to name her son after our nephew, even with my older sister begging her not to, saying she doesn't find it an honor and that it would hurt her to see another child after her deceased one. I told my little sister she's a horrible person for still going through with this, knowing how much it hurts our older sister. She says I'm an a-hole for telling her since it was supposed to be a surprise at birth. Seeing her nephew with her son's name would make her realize it's a good thing. She's just trying to be a good person and that I'm an a-hole for making them fight.
I wish they would have put the ages of these people because is the little sister like 12? I mean, obviously not because she's anyway, I think the little sister is being a bit of an a-hole. Like, the reason why I wish they had ages was because I want to see the age of this person's, like, of this immature person. I think if someone tells you that something isn't an honor, even if it was your best intent to name your child after your nephew, you have to accept that instead of it being an honor, it's an insult and change course. You can't decide what's an honor for someone else, you know?
I feel like you're giving age too much credit because I feel like I see this with older people too, where you tell them, hey, this bothers me. Hey, this hurts me. Hey, it's disrespectful. It's rude. It's whatever. You're sharing your feelings and they're dismissive even at their big grown age. So I agree. Maybe if
Yeah.
she was 19, maybe I'd have more grace in that, oh, maybe she lacks the life experience, but I see older people making similar decisions.
Yeah, I can see that. Either a really young person or someone who's like maybe in their 70s or higher 60s or whatever. Like, I could see both age groups doing that, but just assuming that because she said this is her younger sister and they're all within childbearing age, I think that's what made me highlight youth in this situation. So I agree with you that older people definitely have the same like stubbornness when it comes to changing their mind about things. But I would just like to know how young this sister is who's having a child, because again, you can't choose what's an honor for someone else. I don't think the middle sister is the a-hole. I would have handled it the exact way that she did. Yeah,
Interesting. I wanted to know your opinion on this whole, okay, I'm a sibling to both of you. I guess your stance is the younger sister saying, hey, I want you to hold this information wouldn't impact whether you did or not.
no, and I am all for keeping secrets and people's secrets, but in this case, knowing how sensitive this situation is, I could not see myself letting it go. Like, she did the right thing in trying to talk to the younger sister initially, trying to talk her out of this decision. She clearly would not listen to wisdom. And so what do? Just wait and let your sister feel a certain type, your older sister feel a certain type of way after going through such a devastating loss? Or do you try to offset it a little bit, let her know, give her advance warning, because she's been through enough? Like, I
So
don't think
your
I would have
thought
kept it a
is
secret.
the thought is if I tell the older sister, she can then maybe try to persuade her because the younger sister may be thinking, oh, well, you're being dramatic. To confirm that I'm not being dramatic, how about I tell the person who would be affected by this?
Not even that. So my way of approaching it wouldn't be, or my reason for approaching it that way wouldn't be so the older sister can persuade the younger sister. It would be to give the older sister a heads up about
Okay.
what's about to happen. So whether she takes that information and goes to the younger sister is none of my business. But I think after enduring a devastating loss and knowing that she wouldn't see it as an honor, I would try to soften the blow a little bit and just say, hey, this is what she's planning to do. I tried to talk her out of it, but it looks like she's going to go through with it anyway. And I just want you to know so you can at least prepare yourself mentally for what's about to go down, as opposed to you show up to your sister's hospital room after she's had her first child, ready to be happy for her, and a bomb is dropped on you.
Yeah. You basically took my baby's name, who was a whole
Yeah.
person, by the way.
Yes.
Crazy. Yeah, I don't think that the poster is an a-hole, and it's an unfortunate situation. You hate to be the person who knows such big information, and you understand within a family, you're family to everyone. So you want to try to preserve those relationships. Even
Yeah.
if you didn't feel a way about the name, you know that your older sister would, but then you also have a relationship with your younger sister. So I was curious to hear your opinion because I feel like you come from a family of multiple siblings. I have the perspective of growing up with one, so I maybe haven't had to face the dynamics of, oh, well, I know something that
Yeah.
one sibling told me something not to tell the other sibling. I haven't had to face that as much. Now, I have been in that situation with friends, but I do think it adds a different level of pressure when it's a sibling because you'd hate to draw a line where it's like, oh man, now I'm beefing with my little sister too, and I just want to be in the middle and be happy for everybody.
If this were a friend situation, what would you do? Would you tell one friend that the other friend is trying to take the baby's name?
For me, okay, in this particular situation, let me stay focused on this.
No, I want to hear the friends because I think you
Oh,
and
well,
I
more
have
so,
different perspectives on it.
well, more so, let me stay focused on the name situation because I've been in
Oh, okay.
a situation where it was a friend is dating a friend's man, ex-man or man type of
Ooh,
thing. Yeah, so in that instance, I was much younger. I did not say anything because I erred on the side of this is not my business.
my
This
name
is
is
going
Bennett,
to
and I ain't in it.
I want to be friends with both of you. But I did tell the friend who was doing the creeping, I said, you know, this is going to blow up in your face. I'm telling you so. So, but if it were a name situation, even with a friend, I probably would have said it only because she's lost her son.
Yeah.
But I will admit, I do like to err on the side of minding my business and trying to stay out of things as much as I can, especially with family, because relationships are important. And I don't want to be beefing unnecessarily because I stuck my nose in something that I really didn't have any business with. That's y'all's beef. But then with certain situations, it's so obvious. The whole family is telling her that she's wrong. So I guess she's just going to be mad with everyone. I don't know.
Yeah, the reason why I asked you about the friend thing is because I think I would be more hesitant if they were friends than a sibling situation. So for me,
Mm.
yeah, for siblings, I would be like, "What? That's insane," and I'll be giving my opinion. But with friends, that's where I would be like, I don't know if I should say
Yeah.
anything. It would
Mind
give
your
me a lot of
business.
pause.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Nowadays, I it would really depend on what it is. Most things I would probably err on the side of I'm going to stay out of it because sometimes you can blast a situation and the two people don't want it blasted. You just never know.
Yeah.
So I don't know. Y'all let us know in the comments. I don't think she's an a-hole,
She's
but it's
definitely
sticky
not.
with family. Huh.
But we have come on here saying we have come on here saying somebody is the a-hole or is not the a-hole, and then people in the comments after a few days provide another perspective where I'm like, oh, maybe I didn't see it that way. So I look forward to reading the comments because sometimes y'all change my mind.
Yeah.
All right, but we'll go ahead and read the next one. So this one says, would I be the a-hole for having a vegetarian only wedding? Initial thoughts. No,
Absolutely. No, just kidding.
okay. So she says, my fiance and I, both in our 30s, are getting married in a couple of months. We now need to finalize our menu choices for our guests. Now, we're vegetarian. In general, we're pretty relaxed vegetarians. If we go out, we totally don't mind if our friends or family choose meat or fish to eat. Same if we visit family. As long as there is a veggie option, then great. Now back to the wedding. On looking at the choices and given it's our day, we thought it would be nice to have a fully vegetarian menu. My parents are paying for the meal and have absolutely been stunned by this choice. They say it's disrespectful to people who are in the vegetarian culture and also disrespectful to our own values in terms of ensuring our friends have a nice time. They say it's forcing our ethics on other people. My viewpoint is it is one meal only on our day where I'm sure it'll be delicious, whatever they're served. None of our friends have ever complained when coming to our house for vegetarian food, but my parents say it's different at a wedding because people expect luxury food, especially if they're traveling from abroad. Many are, and apparently this needs to include meat. I am honestly torn on this. Personally, I don't mind that much if our guests eat meat, but it is inconsistent with our own life choices, and it is our day, so that could make it feel inauthentic. And I think the whole focus on meat thing is quite generational. My parents are in their 60s. My fiance agrees with me, but the issue is my parents are very kindly paying for the meal. Would I be the a-hole if I got everyone only vegetarian food? Okay, wait. Before we say if she's the a-hole or not, if you traveled from abroad to go to a wedding and you were only served vegetarian food, you not being a vegetarian, how would you feel about that?
I wouldn't feel slighted. I would think we couldn't get one chicken dish. We couldn't get one appetizer with a little bit of something.
Some salmon or something.
Something, some shrimp, something to really hold me.
Something to
Especially if
hold me
the
over.
yeah, something if the wedding is an all day thing and all
Yeah.
night. I mean, most weddings are at least half the day. So I wouldn't be angry with them. I would miss having probably something with meat in it. But I wouldn't
Yeah.
necessarily be like, oh, they I feel slighted about it. It'd just be like, oh, well, it would have been nice to have some chicken curry or something.
If I went to a wedding like this, I would probably call you after the wedding and be like, "Girl, guess what?" I would definitely talk about them, not to their face, but after I left, I'd be like, "Now, why would they only serve us?" So my thing is, it depends on how it's communicated. So if you tell
Mm.
people in advance, we're only serving a vegetarian meal, okay, I could eat something before and pack me a snack in my bag or something just in case the food isn't delicious, because I feel like sometimes vegetarians and vegans, they'll be like, oh, this is bussin', this is so good, and you try it and you're like, no, it's not, it's
Because your
not
taste
bussin'.
does adjust.
And
Yeah.
so it might be great for you, but that doesn't mean everybody feels that way. Sure, your friends might not mind coming to your house because when they come to your house, they've probably eaten on their way there, or they know they're going back to their house to eat. But if they're traveling from abroad, they may not be familiar with other restaurant options around. They might not have access to the food they would normally eat. If she communicates it, then I think it would be less of an a-hole move.
I also think too, your parents, while it's not their wedding, they are offering to cover a significant portion of the wedding, like the food, the alcohol, the DJ, like those are the heavy hitters. So I think if it were me, I would say, okay, we'll have 80% vegetarian. We have these two things that have meat. I guess
Yeah.
what I don't understand is if you know most people in your family and friend group eat meat, why
Right.
not try to accommodate them? Like it's your day. We know that's why we're spending all this money to get here. We're excited to
Right.
celebrate you. We're gonna probably get you a wedding gift, but you
Yeah.
can't oblige them by one platter of chicken or
Your
two.
host.
We don't need a whole lot. We just some skewers,
Right.
something.
You're hosting us at this big event that we've spent money to come to.
And when
And
people
so,
come to your house, even me for a while, I was pescatarian.
mhm,
I would still, I know, okay, so and so doesn't eat seafood, so and so prefers this or that. I would try to accommodate to have a few things.
right.
I wouldn't just only have fish because that's what I want to eat or seafood. So
Hmm.
I think you kind of do that when people come to your house or you have any other type of event. You try to have hit all the big food areas so everyone's covered, right?
Because how would she feel if she went to someone's wedding and it's not the same thing? So maybe I shouldn't try to draw like an equivalent. But um, if she had gone to someone's wedding who does eat meat and they said, hey, we're not going to offer a vegetarian option, she might feel slighted a little bit, you know?
Mm-hmm.
And so I think you're not even paying for this, so it's not like you're spending your money on meat. It's your parents who are spending their money on meat, so you still get to maintain your ethics, and your parents are the ones who are providing meat to other people.
And I think the parents saying, oh, the family and friends will say, oh, it's not a luxury experience. I don't know if I would care as much about that. I think it's more about from the perspective of being good host, and that if we're traveling this far, that the bride and groom would at least do a small something to accommodate us,
Yeah.
even on their day. It's your day, but people still have to use means to get to your day. They could have been at home eating meat.
Mia should stop.
They could have just said, "Bump it, we whatever," you know. So I don't know.
I,
I don't think you're the a hole, but what's the problem with having most vegetarian and then one or two things?
right. I don't think she's the a-hole, but I do think she needs to read the room a little bit and consider her audience, because this is an audience that you're inviting to your wedding. So she needs to read the room, consider the audience. I don't think it has anything to do with her parents being in their 60s. I think it has everything to do with the comfort of the people who you have. And yes, it's your day, but you still want to be considerate of the people who you're in relationship with.
And everyone knows when it comes to weddings, people talk about three things: the food, the DJ, maybe if they have good drinks, but it's one of the top things. This isn't, oh, the type
Yeah.
of chairs that we're using. No one cares about that.
Okay. So yeah, you guys let us know in the comments what you think about both scenarios, and we will catch you guys on the next video. We're also about to start reviewing Love is Blind UK. This is the first UK season to my knowledge, and we're really excited about it. So if you watch that show, or you're interested in starting to watch that show, or you just want to catch the reviews, keep your eyes peeled because we'll be posting our videos. And of course, if you listen to us on podcast platforms, we'll have it uploaded. This will be the first season that we're uploading on the podcast platform, so you can listen along with us too. Until next time, bye.
Bye.